Hey guys, MD Prepper here. Time for part 6 of my 72-hour Dollar Tree kit. Next on the list is containers, which primarily refers to water containers, obviously. Choices were pretty simple on this, so this is going to be a relatively short video, but I'm going to add some other thoughts at the end of it to go along with the containers that we may deal with later. Well, I looked around. They had plenty of plastic bottles for $1. I said absolutely not. Didn't want a plastic bottle. Found these, aluminum. They're not as good as the steel ones, like I did in my video of the volcano stove last few days. Aluminum's going to be okay. Much more sturdy than plastic. You can use it to boil water if you had to. That sort of thing is much more crush, puncture resistant than plastic. You know, if somebody steps on the plastic and warps it, that sort of stuff. This thing's pretty sturdy, okay? It's going to take a decent fall. There's a little screw on top there. Relatively small mouth on it, which I kind of don't like, but hey, that's all they had. That was decent. Fairly decent, fairly strong, doesn't bend, flex a whole lot. It is 750 ml, so 3/4 of a liter. Bought 2 of them, obviously. Don't know how many of these we want to carry. We may just want one to keep costs down, but again, for $1, I think the extra is cheap insurance. I probably should have bought another one that was just raw aluminum, as opposed to have the painting on it if I was going to use this for cooking. But I've got 2 of them. So this is going to do okay. You could boil water in this. You just got to be careful. What could happen with this little smaller opening here, you could end up bulging the bottom out here. I actually saw somebody who accidentally dishwashered one of these things on the bottom rack, and the heat got so high that the bottom bulged out. Did not puncture a hole. It was still watertight, but the whole time, every time you used it, it sat here at an angle. He was too cheap to go out and buy another one, but it worked okay. So you can work with aluminum, it's fine. So $1, let's see, does not have a lanyard at the top, no carabiner or anything like that. I could buy those as of right now, just for cost. I'm just going to put some quarters to there, something like that, or plan on carrying this thing in my pack. So 2 of those, one in green, one in natural, if you will. So that's 1.5 liters right there to walk around with. That is a gracious plenty in my mind. Again, I can always get more if you guys think I need them. But anyway, there we have it. Now, other thoughts on containers. I could buy plastic containers and all that if I wanted to. Plastic bottles, I don't think so. I want something I can cook with if I had to. This isn't exactly a water container. This is more in the cooking section, but I figured I'd bring it up. Found this for $1. Bread pan. Sorry, a bread and loaf pan. Dimensions on it, 8.4 inches by 4.4 inches by 2.7. I did the volume calculations on that, and it's about 1.6 liters or so. So 1.5 liters. You boil this full of water next to your fire, and basically that's going to fill up both of these. So that's decent. Again, I would hate to have to cook in this thing if I had to. Heating up ramen noodles is going to be a bear to get those out in that small little lip. So I may consider carrying a little pan like this. Very sturdy, very decent. It's going to take a good beating. Plus I can store other items down in here. Maybe put some tinfoil over the top, whatever I've got, some cardboard. Keep things safe for rattling around, finding when I need them. So I think this would be a decent addition to the kit. It is a container, though it's not the true essence of a container as far as water container. I think we need to carry this along too. Again, let me know your thoughts. For $1, I thought it was decent. Now before I saw this, I had picked up another item that I didn't put back because I thought this was going to be the boiling cooking container. It is a 4-pack of little cheap tinfoil pots, if you will. There's 4 of them. Come with little paper lids that are foil covered on one side. Now, these things aren't super sturdy, anything like that. They're going to flex and bend fairly easy. They're reasonably strong with all 4 of them packed together, and especially if you had some stuff like, you know, just what have you, matches and whatnot in here. If you see my mess kit review that I did, the aluminum mess kit. I was thinking the similar kind of notion is to make this a mess kit with cotton balls, tinder, a little hand sanitizer, lighter, all that in here. This would be okay for boiling water. It's not going to be as good as the other one, but I got the little lid here top. I could put that on there. It's going to reflect some of the heat back, keep my food warm. You know, if I was just pouring boiling water into this, say, from this. I boiled here, I've got my boiling water, I've got my ramen noodles or whatever the heck I'm cooking with, basic stuff, rice. You pour the boiling water in, you put the top on, you cover it up. It's going to cook on its own with its own internal heat, so you can free this up for other options. So it's just me thinking a little outside the box. Don't know if we want to include these little things. They're small, they're cheap, you know, what can I say? Just thought I'd pick it up, just see what you guys' thoughts are. Dimensions on this, it is about 6 inches diameter and 1.5 inches tall, deep, if you will. So, some options, again, 4 for $1. Yeah, they're going to get bent and beat up, but that's okay. Next option for a quasi container, and I don't know if we want to include this here or not. This is going to be in a cooking and food source video later on, but roll of aluminum foil. You can make a bowl out of this. You can fashion a bowl that you can boil water and cook out of, that sort of thing. You can use the aluminum foil to cover this to speed up your cooking times, or just seal this thing off. So 35 square feet is what this was for $1 of aluminum foil, so pick that up too. Don't necessarily know if this is appropriate for the container section, but it could be used for a container, so I figured I'd mention it. We're going to talk later about how much aluminum foil we're going to need, probably in our cooking section or something like that, because you're going to need something less a windbreak if you're needing that. Lots of stuff you do with aluminum foil, so, you know, do we need the whole roll? Probably not. It'll take too much space, but that's for another video, guys. So, anyway, Indie Prepper, part 6 of 72-hour Dollar Tree kit on containers. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks.